you're right. Everybody deserves an opportunity, right? Everybody deserves a shot. We're all human beings, right? We're all valuable. It's like, how do we find the value that the world can appreciate? And it's so tough to do when we live in a sighted world and people look at
Right.
you and they make judgments, right? And I
Right.
get it. I totally get that perspective because I was that, right? When
Mm.
I first lost my sight, I discriminated against myself, right? I thought my life was over. I thought, how am I ever going to do anything? So I know what that fear is of an employer or a hiring manager looking at someone who's blind and being like, there's no way they're going to be able to do this job. And that's just because they don't know. They don't know, like I didn't know, that you can learn how to do things, that you can get skilled up, that you can get educated, that you can provide value and you can become an employee.
Yeah, that instant judgment there, regardless whether it's work related or not, but just life in general. And any situation you get into, if people automatically judge you for things they don't understand or they don't get why things are like they are. And
Yeah, so blind baseball, it is not like traditional baseball. So, um, you know, so separate yourself from that for a second. But so the basically there's a pitch. It's like coach pitch. If you're familiar with baseball and youth
yeah.
baseball, coach pitch baseball is where the coach on of the batting team pitches the ball to his own players, his or her own players, and that's so that they can hit the ball. Right? It's easy to strike out a 4 or 5 or a 6 year old. Same thing with people who are blind, right? Like it's easy to strike someone out who can't see the ball. So it's like coach pitch, and so every pitcher is on the batting team. That being said, there's never anyone on base. There's never anyone on base, which means that the only outcomes are is that you strike out, you hit the ball and get put out, or you hit the ball and score a run. And I do want to say that I think vocational rehabilitation professionals in general are underpaid and overworked. It's very much like the traditional teachers here in the United States, very underpaid, very underworked. It's very sad that post COVID, when we all, not all, but many people experience the pain of having kids underage staying at home while trying to work from home, you know, we really began to intimately understand how difficult one, two, three children are, let alone 20, 25, 30 children at once. And yet nothing changed with regards to teacher pay
Yeah.
or compensation. And I feel like vocational rehabilitation is the same way. They've got 80, 100 clients in their caseload. And oftentimes they're just trying to keep the wheels on the wagon, let alone staying up to date with the industry trends, what businesses are needing, what they're looking for. There's so many VR counselors that don't even recommend their clients getting on LinkedIn. Like, that's not a prerogative, that's not an imperative. And
Yeah.
instead, they're having people print resumes and going and handing them in, filling out applications in person. Like that's a strategy that's being implemented today in 2024. Crazy. So, just having, being overworked, being overstressed, being underpaid, combined with uh um not really understanding the marketplace as it's changed today, post COVID, is, people with disabilities are suffering as a result. And it's sad because it's for the first time ever, it's never been more widely accepted to work from home. And many people with disabilities, transportation, being in a safe environment where they can handle their personal care needs or health needs in a safe space and get support from uh, other health professionals and or family members. The fact that we're not leveraging that to the maximum right now, this cultural shift, directly speaks to some of the gaps and problems in vocational rehabilitation. It directly speaks to the gaps and the problems that we have as a society in getting
Right.
people with disabilities into jobs.